Welcome to Manifesting Through Motherhood. I'm your host, Lindsay Williams, a self-development mentor, entrepreneur and author, dedicated to helping busy mums like you manifest success, balance and create passive income on your terms. With years of experience in mindset, manifestation, fitness, parenting and business growth, I share simple yet powerful strategies to help you transform your life without the overwhelm. If you're ready to up-level your mindset, build a thriving business and create the life you truly deserve, you're in the right place. You can also find all my books on Amazon, packed with tools to help you manifest and grow. So don't forget to follow the podcast to be updated on all new episodes. And let's get going. Welcome back, ladies, to the podcast. How is everybody doing? So I've had so much feedback on the last episode on the let them theory does work. And people have you've started applying it already. And I know we do it in a way and we tell ourselves we should be doing it. And I think I think a lot of people that listen to podcasts are probably late 30s, over 40s, upwards. Well, a lot of people I know that reach out to me that are probably like that, getting to my age or a little bit older, that we've kind of been through life and we've been through stuff. We don't want to be bothered with it all. And we've got the ability and the confidence to just let them. We're not always going to let them because we're not always going to be strong and we're just going to... I used to be a bit of a people pleaser. I will say yes to things. But I really don't have the bandwidth now to let people just like ride over me or... Yeah, I just think sometimes our mental capacity is just burnt out sometimes and we just have to let them. We have to walk away from situations. And it's funny because it's like, I feel like it's spiral loads of women like loads this week. So I've been getting loads of messages saying I've been doing this, I've been doing that. And actually, even from the decluttering, from just changing the WhatsApps and getting rid of people and not actually replying. Because I feel like when you start replying to people or reaching out, the first one to reach out to somebody, you tend to actually notice such a difference because you end up people end up reaching out to you to say, is everything okay? And you're like, there we go, that people started to take note then. It feels like sometimes we have an epiphany, don't we? And we just we have a realisation moment when we just think, you know what, we haven't got time for this. We've just got to focus. Like now it's November, obviously when I'm recording this. And we have to just start thinking about us now. It's a busy time for a lot of us. We've got lots going on and everybody is I still see people going heavy on the goals and the business. See a lot of selling at the minute. People pushing. I see it because it's Christmas and people want to earn money. But then obviously I see lots of, it's a lot at the minute, isn't it? So, but one good thing is now if, you are looking at launching a podcast or doing some books, just doing something for you, it's a really good time to just start doing your goals and just writing it down and spending this time for you now. And carving out time for you is really important now. So time blocking. So I'm not sure if you've heard about time blocking, but I'm going to tell you what it is now because I think this is going to be really helpful for you, especially over this next couple of weeks. So let's get going. Time blocking for us busy mums. So the secret to a simpler, calmer, more productive life. So if your days feel like a never-ending juggle of school runs, work, life admin, laundry, and just trying to do your goals as well in your business, then yeah, you'll definitely relate to this podcast. So time blocking isn't about squeezing more into your day. It's about creating breathing space, clarity, flow, and actual calm. It's the system that helps you stop firefighting and start thriving. So in this episode, I'm going to be breaking down how time blocking helps your brain relax, why decision fatigue is stealing your energy, and how blocking fixes it. So we're looking at how to create pockets of productivity and pockets of peace, my simple 3-step method to design a week that finally feels manageable, why time blocking makes your manifestations land even faster. You're just growing a business, starting a podcast, chasing your goals, or just trying to get through the week with your sanity intact. This episode will genuinely change the way you plan your days. So make sure you grab a cuppa, grab your journal, and let's get going. So, how time blocking helps your brain relax. When your day is planned in blocks, your brain starts running in tabs open everywhere mode. Instead of constantly asking, what should I be doing next? Your mind knows exactly what the intention is for each block. This reduces stress hormones, boosts focus, and creates a sense of calm because you're not firefighting your day, you're flowing through it. It's like giving your brain a cosy, weighted blanket. This works for me. I have to time block because I'm busy in the salon, I'm doing the podcasting, I have self-care time. You could have a goddess hour. We just go and shave your legs because I do times where I think I need to dermaplane my face and put some like hyaluronic acid on, and I think, right, I need an hour and a half just to do my face and have a little bit of time, or just do my feet, just something. And I tend to do those mainly the odd time in the day, but mainly on the evening when my son's like chilling out. So why decision fatigue is stealing your energy and how blocking fixes this. I don't know if you're like me. I have to make hundreds of decisions before 10 a.m. And that's getting up, what we're doing for school, breakfast, school bags, what I forgot to pay something, what's for tea, what time my client's next, like ironing. There's always something we've got to do. So decision fatigue drains your mental battery faster than anything else. Time blocking takes away the what next panic. You decide once when planning your week, and then you simply follow the block, and your energy becomes clearer. You feel less mental clutter and brain fog. I have to do this because if I don't and put everything in, then I think maybe I could squeeze a bit more of this in. But if you like have a cleaning day or an ironing day or going to a laundry or whatever you do on a week, even if it's going to visit relatives, you have to block it in. Because I used to with my nan, because I have to go and see my nan, I'd say, right, we'd look at a family, like who would go and visit her and what, make sure she'd always have like a visitor, or if I have to do things with school. And if you're co-parenting or you're on your own, it's going to be even harder because you're not going to have that. Or you're not just making decisions for yourself. You're having to make decisions with other people. But when you're living in a two household like myself, you kind of have, and you've got a supportive partner. Not a lot of, like, I have a lot of friends that don't have partners that support them and they live with them and they're married to them and they do everything and they work as well. So it's so hard. You've got to be on the same page. And I am lucky. I'm not going to lie that my husband is really helpful with everything. And at the minute, he only works 2 days a week, Saturday, Sunday. So he does more school runs now, and he does a lot more, and he does a lot of household stuff. He doesn't deep clean like I do, but he's really good at organising. And I've started doing the shopping. So I'm like, can you just pick some bits up in the week? Where at one time I'd just do everything because we tend to do that. And then that's more on my load. But I said to him this morning, it really helps me out, you helping me do all these things. And I'm good with him and he's good with me. And it's give and take, isn't it? Like that. And he's like, yeah, but you're not working as late now because you're not having to stop at 2:30 to pick. So no, if I stopped and he was just sat in the house, well, then that would be silly. I might as well work and carry on for a certain time and finish a bit earlier, then have tea together. So it's just looking at hours, and it can be a bit all over the place sometimes, especially when it goes back on 3 shifts. But at the minute, we're just, taking advantage of what we've got and making it work. And it's working quite well. And when you've got a child with additional needs, it is harder because they need more interaction, they need to do more. And there's always like loads of things that's going on. So let's have a look at some mum mode blocks that we all need. So these are game changer categories that keeps your week functional and fulfilling. So we could have home and life admin block, laundry, tidying, bills, just random chaos, you can pop that in. Work, business blocks, clients, content, batching tasks. Self-care blocks, walks, workouts, quiet time, long hot showers. You could have creative CEO blocks, podcasting, dream planning, next level you. And we've got a family connection block, playtime, meals, quality moments. So when you divide your week into modes, you start multitasking and start being fully present in each area. And that's your sanity saver. So it sounds a lot that, but actually we all do these things. We all have. When you start blocking it in, and it can look a bit like of a ritual. It can look a little bit military style, but it'll stop you like spilling over. So you could just give yourself an hour self-care time. But sometimes we can procrastinate and it can go on and we end up like losing track. But if we think, say, drop the kids off from school, got 10 till 11, I'm going to do a bit of work, a bit of content if we've got a business, we can do some ironing if your child naps. Just little things like that. Half an hour ironing, half an hour having a bath. do that between that time and watch it work, watch the magic happen, because once we block it in, we become so productive and we think, yes, because I always say, like, a tidy house is a tidy mind. Once we get what we need to be done, so then we're not stressing them for the week going, how am I going to do this? And I always say, oh, am I going to put the bedding on? And I know it sounds silly, but if we're not blocking like bedding day, I mean, you can do this with your partner as well and say that, well, this is my time blocking week. And if you can help any way you can, even like shopping. So if you can offload this, which is called outsourcing, if you've got anybody that can help you do things, then that's brilliant. If you're not, then we do tend to like do this like ourselves. We give ourselves so much work to do, but we have to, because we're not just looking after ourselves, are we? And if we were looking after ourselves, our time blocking would be the gym, would be self-care, it would be meeting friends, but we have to do all that and we don't have as much time for that. But we have to do life admin and go Christmas shopping now and wrap the presents. So I'm pretty organised this year. So this is because I started early, so I'm not having to carve out extra time because I don't really have, so I've been really savvy, and I thought the other night, I'm not stressed at all, I'm like really organised for Christmas. That's because I've started early, because it's my busiest time with hairdressing. So I know that I'm not going to have extra time. I'm going to have less time to do things. But I'm so lucky my husband is going to be here in the week, and that's my busiest time for work. So he's like, you just do whatever you need to do in the week. And yeah, and we'll have some time off at Christmas together. So, but we do have pockets of time at night together. We've been out this afternoon, had a little something to eat, had a little shop, and then it was time to pick us. So no, it was like, oh, we could have carried on shopping. Like, we like to shop together, but it just goes really fast sometimes. When you're out together, you don't get a lot of time. So even if it's just date time, date night, date day, we do date day. We go for a car and we go for a little shop, and I wonder, it's just pop that in. And even, I don't do that every week. That'll be like every 2 weeks, because I have to work, because it takes like more or less a full day, half a day. So just actually, what I'm going to do, I'm going to make I have got a book on Amazon. I've got a couple time blocking planners. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to create something on Canva. I'm going to pop it so you can download it then. And let me know if there's any problems with downloading it. And then you can have a look at it then. And if it's any good, you can print a couple of copies off. Or you can buy one of my books and then you can carry it then in your bag. So let's look at my simple 3-step method to design a week that finally feels manageable. So, number 1, brain dump the chaos. Get everything out of your head. Appointments, tasks, reminders, to-dos. Clear the mental clutter first. So we can do this by journaling, writing in our planners, write everything down so we can visually see what we're up against. So group into blocks. So turn the chaos into categories: home, business, family, creativity, self-care, and errands. And then you can look at a balance. So you think, actually, I'm not getting any self-care. And if you feel like you need more self-care, you might want to go for a massage, go and get your hair done or something, or just lie and watch. When do we ever just lie and watch Netflix? Because we're always on our phone, aren't we? Looking in the doom hole of like social media. But we just can't help looking. And then we can actually look at, it could take us a while. It could take us a couple of weeks to actually get going. But once we get going, actually, we start being a little bit more selfish and also think, you know what, we aren't getting this self-care time. I'm doing too much for everybody else. And this is what you start, you can get a little bitter, like, well, actually, I'm doing this for everybody. I'm doing the school runs. I'm doing this. So if you block your day out, so I use Google Calendar and it's connected to my booking system. So, and it sends me alerts. All my clients are in there, all my appointments in there. I mean, I couldn't survive without a diary. So you might use the old-fashioned diary method. Google Calendar is brilliant, because we're looking at our phones all the time. So number 3, build your weekly blueprint. Assign each block a home in your calendar. Morning, evening, school hours, just whatever works for your rhythm. And this is where overwhelm melts and your week actually starts to make sense. So the last bit, why time blocking makes your manifestations land faster. Because manifesting isn't just visualizing, it's alignment. So time blocking helps you show up consistently, stay organized, keep your energy clear, reduce overwhelm, and take aligned action. When your days aren't chaotic, you're more intentional. And intention equals magnetic energy. You become the version of you who follows through. And it creates momentum and matches the frequency of what you're calling in. So manifestations love stability, and time blocking gives you the foundation. So this is what we need to get going. We need to start time blocking. I want you to, once you've downloaded it and printed it off, or I'll make it editable so then you can just put it on your phone as well. So you can either do it in the what I give you, or you can just look on your calendar. So whatever works for you, but I will leave something in the show notes for you to do. So then when you've done that, send me a picture. You don't have to show me everything's on it, but just show me that you've done it and just let me know how it is within a week. And you feel so relieved and so productive. You're like, oh yes, even it's the gym. Let's put some exercise. Let's put 3 lots of 30 to 45 minutes exercise in there. If it's on your lunch break, go for a walk. Even time block with people at work. Let's go for a walk. Or reach out to somebody and say, you know what, other mums like on maternity, or you got your children out at school and you're at home, ask them to go for a walk. Let's time block in 3 times a week. If not, in the morning, get up earlier, just do 30 minutes to yourself. Time blocks, we've done that. So we've done the exercise, then we're going to have the self-care, then we're going to put your work in. If you're growing a business, we're going to have to carve out time to do that. So we're not going to go our business just like keep dreaming all the time. We have to start writing everything out, start making a plan of action. Once we start having, say if you can give yourself 3 hours or just 2 hours a week on your business, might be like 30 minutes. Once you're on your 30 minutes, stop. Don't carry on unless you've got extra time. Put everything down and come back to the next time you've blocked it in. It'll be 30 minutes of productivity, and put your phone on flight mode, because you'll make so much, you'll be surprised what you can get done. Even if you're doing housework and you're not listening to a podcast, just do what you need to do. Do your housework, get everything done, and then sit down. It might be going to do your bedding. So you might have allocated times. So if you stick to the times as much, you've got to be flexible with your approach and what you're doing, because if you don't, then you're not always going to stick to it, because there's always like someone being ill or getting injured or being sick, or there's always something, isn't there, that just pops up. But if we're going to stick to it and we've got a backup plan, everyone needs like a fallout plan, don't we? Like of what we can do, or like we can just fall back to. So if Monday's fine, Tuesday goes wrong, then Wednesday we can get back to it. So let me know how that gets on. But honestly, it does work for me. I don't know, people, when anyone looks at my diary, and I colour coded it as well, so because I'm quite visual. So like school will be red. So like just whatever your colour codes will be. Or you can just do it in a normal diary and get some highlighters. So you've just got to think what system will work for you or work for you as a family, and just get everybody else involved as well, because that's sometimes a game changer when you get everybody else involved. So anyway, let me know how that works for you, and I will speak to you soon. Bye. If you're feeling called to go deeper, to align more, create more, and really step into that next version of you, you'll find everything you need in my link tree. From my book Manifesting Through Motherhood to powerful resources and ways we can work together, it's all there waiting for you. Come and find me on Instagram or Facebook. I love hearing what landed with you. Don't forget to follow the podcast, and if this episode spoke to you, please share it with someone who is on their own journey too. And happy manifesting.